Hey, welcome back to another tutorial. This tutorial will be on setting up the map itself, where we have this blank canvas made already. So the first thing that I'll do is have you go over to your files, then somewhere where you installed the dev kit, find it, then find the run editor sdk.bat, double click and open it up. It'll open this up, and then it will eventually open a second dev kit. Once you're in that dev kit, you're going to want to go to Content, Maps, the Island Submaps, and then open the island underscore WP. So once that's all said and done, you're going to have this open. I did a few things beforehand where I went to the data layers, and then I've enabled all of them, including these. That way it's all ready for the tutorial to speed up the process. So the first thing to do is to copy stuff. So I'm going to find the detritus right there, and then going to move this and put it map there. Then the foliage solver right here. I'm going to copy that, paste it into here. Then I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to grab the level grid. And then once I'm got that, I'm going to paste into here. Then I'm going to get the starting camera right here. Then paste it into here. And then I'll grab the water plane. It should be somewhere here. No, it's not called water plane here. It's called ocean plane, I think. Nope, I'm just gonna, okay, just search ocean plane, click on that, I guess, and then you'll be brought here. Yeah, okay, well, right there, you're gonna want to take this, and then you're gonna want to paste this into here. Which it should be pasted in there. Now, next thing is the ocean PP. You just need the ocean PP, not the stuff inside of it, I think. I might be wrong. I'll go back to that later if that's the case. The dirt plane too. Now the physics volumes, which are going to be in gameplay. Then minimize all these. Once these are minimized, you'll find these. You're going to want to take all except 193. So 1 through 36. Paste. Now obelisks after. So I'll get to the obelisks now in here. I'll also pin these. The spawning pads I'm going to pin. It's going to be these. I'm going to copy all of them in there. And then I'm going to paste them in here. Oh wait, just noticed we don't actually need the NPC zone managers here, so just delete those. I'm now going to search obelisk. Yeah, they're right here, which they shouldn't be in here when you paste. because you're going to move them after. So now that I'm in here, paste. Now they're there. I'm going to move them to obelisk. Now, after that, I'm going to get the tribute terminals. There. Only get blue, green, and red. Not tech cave. Now paste. Move these into there with obelisk. Now, after that, you're going to want to get the nav mesh bounds. Actually spelled correctly, unlike me. This one, you're going to want to get the volume only. It'll create the other stuff for you. So then you're going to want to take these, move these into here. Then after that, you're going to want to get some stuff in global. So click on global there, press the X there, and now you're going to have global selected. What you're going to want to do is take everything you see in here. So take all of these, and you can unselect these actually, only to select the snow there. So you're going to take all those, and you're going to copy all of them, like so. And once you're back in here like this, paste. Now you have all of these. Then the next thing you're gonna want to get is the day cycle manager right here. And you're gonna want to paste this in. Then move this into UDS, I guess. Then the next things I should say are gonna be in global, so click on global. Then you're back in here. You're gonna want to get to where are they? Right here, these two. So pin them, copy them, and paste them. Boom. Now, actually, I'm just going to move the day cycle manager back to global, and I'm going to minimize these tabs. And yeah. Now, I'm going to save after minimizing these, just minimizing for preference. Now that it's saved, these are going to have their names again. So they're going to be like that. Now if I go out, your map's going to be like this, which is good. And what you want is now I'm going to take the level grid from wherever it is, right there. I'm going to make this invisible quickly. And you can see in show, I'm going to click on show. Oh, fog's already gone, so I'm going to click on clouds. Now the clouds are gone. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to find here. And you'll see that there's these. So I'm going to take water plane. I'm going to search this. And I'm going to search no holes. Or just remove water plane and just search no holes. And then there's this. It's going to be like this. And then since it doesn't appear in game, this mesh, you're going to want to take that mesh and then you're going to copy it over to your mod folder, which should be around here. Yeah. So in here, I'm going to move this, or not move, I'm going to copy it to the water folder right there. I'm going to rename it to be Ocean plain underscore tuto map. Yeah. And then I'm going to put it into here. So now that part is done right there. And another thing is I'm going to have to clear the, not clear, well, exactly, not exactly clear. What I'm going to have to do is get the data layers put in. So I'm going to take all the data layers found in here. And if I can, select all. And then paste all. Now whether that worked, nope. I'm going to try seeing if I can right click quickly just to make sure. Okay. So that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do instead is take the ones I actually need, like this one. Click on it here. Now there's these. Okay, so in here, this one, you're going to want to go to Content, Maps, Island Submaps, Data Layers, then take Editor Tools, Dino Spawns, Landscape, Main Map. Well, actually, no. You're going to want to take Dino Spawns, Editor Tools, Landscape, then you're going to want to take Overworld, Global, Persistent, Supply Crates. Yep. Now you're going to want to drag them into here. Then you're going to want to go over to Content, then put in a data layer, put filter, and then in here I'm going to find which one's right here. So Overworld, right here, drag that into there. Then VFX, SFX, lighting, and that should be all of them. So now in persistent, I'm gonna put supply crates into it, then dino spawns into it, then where's the last one? I forgot the thing to put it in, so the last one is biome zones. I'm gonna want to put it into persistent like so. Now I'm gonna save that. And the next thing I'm gonna do is take the level blueprint. I know that was a thing, but there. Level blueprint right there. I'm gonna do the world settings from Ragnarok for this, since the Ragnarok world settings are up to date, unlike these world settings. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take all of these variables. So I'm gonna copy and paste each individual variable, which will take a while, but is what it is. So once this loads in your map, the level blueprint, which you go in here like you saw, and then click on it. So you're going to see blank slate like this. You're going to want to delete these nodes, compile, save. Now you're going to want to start pasting each individual variable like so. So as I'm doing this, you should be doing this too, since you won't really be able to do anything in here unless you do this. So after all of these, components, there's going to be the weather variables right there. So you're going to notice that they don't have a category. So once I'm done, I'm going to give them a category after pasting all the weather variables by right now. I'm just going to finish these. Then there. Now all the weather ones are done. So right here in category, I'm going to type weather, and that makes a new category. So now I'm going to just do this for all of these. And as these are being done, you should be doing the same. There. Now that those are all done, I'm going to minimize these in here, and then we're going to have to copy each of these, and you can't copy multiple at a time, since if you try, it's just going to click on a individual one instead. So yeah, so just copy and paste all of these. Okay, once you're done copying all variables, I just did a little pause in the recording so I could do these to make the video shorter. You're going to want to press compile and then save, and now all these are added. The next thing to do are the functions, which means more individual copy and pasting. Yippee. So you're just going to want to do the exact same process you did with the variables. So yeah, I'm going to do another pause. Once you're done copying all of the functions, you're going to want to compile and save. You're going to notice a lot of these unknown warning nodes. Just leave them for now, since we need to get this done first. So in here, you're going to want to do Control A, Control C. And then you're going to want to paste it in here. You're going to just press confirm. Right here, I'm just going to unselect. Now go back here. There are all these. I'm going to click off, unselect, and then compile and save. So now there's going to be all these errors and warnings. So right here, these seem to be the underwater caves for now. Just delete everything in here since, well, first actually, take this, or not. Oh, actually, yeah, no. Everything in here, delete, delete. Now, everything here, delete. These right here, all these, delete. Now, these I'm going to move in closer. This one right here, I'm going to delete. So now there's all of these. I'm going to move these closer together to make it more organized, like so. Yeah, like this. Yeah, it should be fine if I make it like this, yeah. Now I'm going to compile and save again. So now it's all like this. So right here, these, I'm just going to refresh these nodes. Like so. And now I'm going to do a compile and save again. These ones are fixed. Now over here, this one, just delete and delete. Save, save. File save, I mean. Now right here, these. question is, what are they? Ocean PP, Ocean PP. So right here, these I can actually just delete since they're not used anymore. Now, there's these. All the error nodes are gone, so now these. Right here, what is this? It is benchmark test. Oh yeah, this one you can just delete. It's not used. Well, it doesn't do anything. It's just delete. And then this right here, since, well, it's pretty close. I'm just gonna go to the next one over. Or compile save again, I guess. Next one over, this is UDS Island, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just gonna take UDS underscore island from wherever it is in here. Yeah, right here. So click on it in here, then right click here, change to UDS Island, because if I go over here, it is UDS Island. So I'm gonna have that done. Now I'm gonna go to the next one over. This is also UDS Island as seen over here. Oh, I just noticed is I actually deleted something in here. Okay, well, oh no, I didn't delete anything in here. Never mind. So here, I'm just gonna move this over here again. Now I'm gonna go to here. This right here is Ocean PP, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is Ocean PP. So apply this to here. Then right here, this is UDS Island. Then here, this is the fun part, figuring out which is which. Actually, first things first, I'm going to go in each of these individually, find out which needs changing. So this one doesn't, 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 this one does, this one doesn't, this one doesn't, this one doesn't, this does, this one doesn't, this does, this one doesn't, this one doesn't, this one doesn't, this one doesn't, this one doesn't. So these. So Ocean PP Viz. This is Ocean PP. So I'm gonna, oh yeah. So I'm gonna go over here, take Ocean PP, then put this there. Then next one, which is are these, world actor visibility. So I'm gonna take which one over? This one. So water plane, dirt plane. Yeah, just water plane, dirt plane. So I'm gonna take water plane, put it here, then dirt plane, and put it here. These I can just delete. These I can just delete. Compile, save those. Now the last two are these. This is detritus. So I'm going to find detritus down here. And then apply these to these. Compile. And these should all be fixed. So now the level blueprint is complete. The last remaining thing are the data layers and world settings. Now, data layers and world settings, I'm gonna do the ones found in Ragnarok. So these date layers, these are what Ragnarok is like. Actually, I need to put overworld global into overworld, and then it's like that. So I'm just gonna have these saved, like that. Oh yeah, before doing any of that, I'm gonna do these right here by, not there, this. So these are persistent. Persistent is right there. So those are fine. This one, does this have any data layer in it? No. These do. These are overworld global, which I have. So now these I'm gonna check. And these are far. I don't have far in here, so what I'm gonna do is clear this right here. And then I'm gonna apply these to, I guess, overworld global, since these are with the, what's it called? Actually, no. Overworld. I'll put these in. Actually, no. Add them to overworld global. Then these, I'm gonna check these. Nope. None. So now, dirt plane, I'm gonna check. None. Ocean PP. None. Water plane. None. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, none. Overrides. None. Post-process does not. I know that. This doesn't. None of these right here do. So now, foliage solver, check here. Does persistent, that's already in. This one doesn't even have the option for it. These I'm gonna disable spatially loaded. These are persistent. Then there. This one, editor tools. Yeah. Detritus. None. Okay, that's all of those. Now there is one thing that should be done, such as taking these, disabling spatially loaded. Then over here, there is this. So in here, I'm going to scroll down until it goes to here. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to put the primary urbing height fog as the UDS exponential height fog. Then scroll down a bit more, and I'm pretty sure somewhere here, or not actually, no. Yeah. In here, there's UDS island. There's some stuff to do for settings in here, such as here. So right here, you're going to want to look for your exponential height fog right here. This, I'm going to delete that extra thing there, so leave that there. These we're going to change very soon, but I'm going to take this, then somewhere over, yeah, over here, the custom actors in this part, select the UDS skylight, and then the exponential height fog. Then there's a few more settings, I'm pretty sure. So just to make sure I'm going to look through. And so far it seems about right. Yeah. So now UDS weather. Within here I'm going to find the wind directional source and add that there. Skylight doesn't need anything to be done. That doesn't need anything to be done. This doesn't need anything to be done. This, though, maybe some stuff. Actually, yeah, there will be some stuff, such as finding where this is in the folder. And then, yeah, right-click, browse to asset. So it's right here. I'm gonna open this up and see if there's anything in there to change. Nope. Now, actually, am I gonna change stuff in here? No, I'm not gonna bother changing anything in here. Yeah, in here, if you look, stuff that you can change without copying is are all these. One thing you might change most likely would be, or the thing you're most likely to change is these. The base temperature, base wind. Base wind I'm gonna set to something like 20. So it's gonna be somewhat windy. Then over here is the transition sounds, which are gonna be stuff like this, and this. You can always change them to the other transition sounds if you want. You just need to find them. And there's these. These are just the boundaries. Though right here in the ceiling bounds, you're going to want to change the thing to be, where is it? Block all. Right here, this is set to default. It's in the wall bounds. This is set to block all in here, so hopefully it works like that. So now all these are done. This will be the last step once I close this extra dev kit, which I won't just yet. So now that that's done, I'm gonna go over here, close that. You don't want to save anything that you do in this second dev kit though, since it's doing stuff in Island. You don't want to save these maps, so just don't do anything about this unsaved progress in the second dev kit. But yeah, you're gonna want to go over to the mods folder, which is content mods, then Ragnarok. Then you're gonna want to load Ragnarok. Press don't save if that option comes up, and then wait for Ragnarok to load. Alright, now that it's loaded, I'm gonna do the data layers. So right here, editor tools is this for the settings. Also, in the data layers tab, you're gonna want to move SFX and VFX into overworld. Now in here, I'm gonna scroll down and set the same settings as in Ragnarok. So now I'm just gonna copy and paste pretty much. Well, not copy and paste since you can't really copy and paste these, but apply the same settings. So now I'm just gonna apply the same settings for everything in here. Oops. I want this to be this. And just this, and then all these are set up correctly. So now data layers is finished. Now the complicated thing, which is, well, not complicated, but somewhat complicated in a way, the world settings, because it's going to require me to go back and forth constantly. So what I'm going to do is just pin the tab here for mine. I'm also going to drag the kit over so you won't see exactly what I'm copying, but if I go over to here, you'll be able to just see what I paste and where. So just do what I do, I guess. First thing, these. I'm going to do this. I've already set up the stuff up here. So right here, I'm going to set values like this, I guess. These are just values I'm putting that will work for almost any map, if not all. And there. Now, next thing is this right here. This is just the level use NPC classes, which has different dino classes in it. You can add more of your own too. Ragnarok only uses islands, it says in world settings, but in reality it doesn't because of the spawns. But you can always add all into it if you want to have all the references already made for it, which is sometimes helpful, sometimes I think, yeah. I just do that myself since, I don't know, just seems about right. It does take a little bit of time to load. Just ignore that. I'm just gonna press pause on the recording. Okay, now that's done. I'm gonna go over to this, the NPC spawn class weights. I'm gonna paste it into there, but then I'm also gonna take that and paste it into here. This controls dino replacements as seen here. These are alphas. So what I'm gonna do here is for the raptor, I'm gonna copy the raptor thing. I'm gonna create another thing, and I'm just gonna set this to the aberrant raptor, since it's an exact match right now. And the reason I'm doing that is so that if you want to have Deinonychus on your map, it won't not spawn. So doing this, it will allow them to spawn on the map. So doing this, I'm gonna have it set to this. Actually, I don't think I need to add onto it, but I'm just gonna do this just in case. So I'm just gonna switch both to Deinonychus right here. There. Another thing you can do is add tech dino spawns if you want. So Extinction already has settings made, but if you want, you can do your own. Like if I search Bionic, there's the Giga, the Parasaur, the Quetz, the Raptor, the Rex, the Stego, and Trike. So if I do Giga right here, I can add these. So I'm just going to do all of these so that you guys have deck dinos on your map too, just in case. You can skip these if you want, or get rid of them if you want. And these that are already set up are alpha dinos. You can add more of the alphas right now, since this is only the alphas that spawn in Ragnarok. Plus a fix for Deinonychus and adding tech dinos. Or you do something like this, I think. Yeah. And you're going to want to click the checks too. Yeah. Now, I'm just going to check more. Ionic Parasaur is here. I'm also going to check here just in case the weights are like, okay. So you're going to want the weights to be set up like this for tech dinos. You want to only use the character BP in these. Too, otherwise it's not going to work and it might break. And there is Raptor, but I'm just going to add them into here. you can also technically take any dino from class, and then you can make it so it replaces as any different dino. So you can make a dodo have a chance to spawn as a Rex instead if you wanted. So the from class is the dino spawning, but then if you have a from class and then two classes here, it will override, and depending on the weight, it will choose one or the other. So trike, a normal trike, or a tech trike, for example. So a normal trike has has a practically certain chance of spawning, whereas this one, the the tech trike, has a 5% chance of spawning. So one is basically 100, and then 0.01 is a 1% chance. So 5% chance is the vanilla dino spawning rates for tech dinos. Save that again. Save that. Now, next stuff. There's these. Just leave them as is. Then right here, Dino Lerp to max random base level. 0.5 gives you Ragnarok spawning levels, where higher levels are more common. And then right here, Ragnarok has it in a weird way, so I'm just going to have it set up like this, where there's 0, 1, and 2, with 0 being easy, 1 being medium, and 2 being hard. I think there's some extra options, where if I go to spawn and then textures, somewhere here, easy, like if I search easy, respawn easy right here. If I go over to the, where is it? Show in folder view. Maybe reference. Yeah, right here. If I go here, open here, I'm just gonna see it because I also want to figure this out myself, since there's that texture, for example. I think what gives that exact difficulty? Which means if I go over here, since that doesn't seem to appear, there's this. So I think that's if you do a value that's over the indice amount. Like if you do 4, then it will switch to that, I guess. So leave that if you want. Maybe I think if you keep going higher, it goes to the different colors of green, blue, the green, yellow, and red. So 0 is easy, 1 is medium, 2 is hard, 4 is, I guess, 3 skull easy, 5 3 skull medium, and then 6 3 skull hard, I guess. But don't take my word for it. These I've never tried before. But these 3 work for sure. So these 2 are just going to be in a little experiment I'm going to do in this, just in case. Yeah, 0, 1, and 2 are the ones you want to use. 0 being easy, medium being 1, and then hard being 2. I know I just repeated myself, but just want to make it known. And then over here, there's the override first spawn animations. Basically the sound it plays when you first spawn in. Like, there's the Ragnarok. If I go here, you'll see first spawn in animation, which is right here. And if I open this up, it'll be the same wake up thing. And you'll see the first person arms somewhere. Like there, see? Yeah, it's when it does this. And then this is the music that plays. You can copy the animation if you want and replace the audio file within it to your own or a different one that's already in. There's stuff for some maps, like spawn intro. If I search spawn intro right here, you'll find a few. There's spawn intro Ragnarok, Scorched Earth, Center. This one isn't a thing yet. And then this is the default one where if you don't have anything in there, that one's chosen. And then Aberration's also here. Extinction is here, but it's broken and will not play the Extinction audio, so you'll have to copy that one and change the audio, I'm pretty sure. You know, like I did this in Vintal to make it work. Then there's a Fjordur one, which is just the Ragnarok one. Genesis, which isn't working yet. And that's an old thing. So, yeah, choose any one you want. And then there's the short version of it, where you can go in there, just look for it yourself. I recommend doing, or making your own. Now, the next stuff to do in world settings is something like here, override max difficulty level. So 0 would just be the 120 at max, the normal thing. 5 would be 150 as the max dino level. And then 20 would be max level 600, but I recommend just doing 5. And if I scroll down a bit, there's the group bit masks right here. Set cheers to, I guess, 4024, since that will contain pretty much everything that would ever come. Most likely, if not 8192. Then these are the inventory content appendages, or I mean appends, not appendages. So within them, there's, I'll just copy it so it's shown. And it will be stuff like this. So right here, there's the red tribute terminal. So that's just the default tribute terminals. So any obelisk, and then supply crates and tech transmitters will have the Ragnarok Wyvern boss. As seen here, it just adds that to their inventories. So yeah. So what you can do is, actually I'll do this later for boss fights tutorials. That way it's done a separate thing, mostly because I'm lazy. So there's over here, there's stuff like this, where there's the override combat music day. Ragnarok has marching the troop. So I spelled that wrong, but it's still shown. Where it has these. So this is day light, this is night light, this is day heavy, this is night heavy. So if the light musics are when you're fighting a weaker opponent, like a compy or something like that. And then heavy is when you're fighting something like a Rex. And then split screen underwater sound. You can put underwater amp right here. These, if you don't put anything in it, you'll get, where is it? Beach Day Light. That one. You can change the combat musics in Bomb Zones, which I'll show eventually. Or you can just leave no music in. them like this, and then they'll just be the default beach sound, or you can just add music that you want, and then it will override those musics. So now the next thing is this is the override reconnect sound. This is the reconnect sound. So if I search reconnect, reconnect right here, spawn reconnection. That's when you spawn back into the map where you load back into single player or the server. So there's this one too. Then there's this. That's in the piano. Then right here, this was imported, but that's the Genesis one. This one you can't use. But this one, this one, this one, and this one can all be used. And then there's the spawn short, or GC ab, let's see, connection. So connect, and you'll get the aberration one somewhere here. Yeah. And the extinction. Extinction spawn is here, or right here actually. You'd put that in there if you want the extinction one, but I'm just going to leave it as the default one for y'all. And over here, there's extra references down here. Somewhere down here, right here. I'd say the only thing you need in is... Actually, you don't need anything in here technically. So you can just leave that be. Over here is the default biome name, so like if you're not in a biome zone, this is what it's going to say. So just leave as wilderness if you want, or change it to anything else, such as your map name. A few modders or mappers do that. You can do anything in there. And then over here, if I scroll down, there's the active event overrides. You need these if you want the winter events and stuff like the winter events, the Halloween events to work, stuff like that. So you're going to want to copy these in from Ragnarok like some of the stuff I've done. And the stuff that's just copied in. And if I go here, there's also these. So I guess I can just have these copied, or put in, I should say. And then if I go over here, there's the global Apex trophy list. I'm also going to press in allow ragdolls. Actually, Ragnarok doesn't have it, so I'm just going to leave it like that for now, just in case. Now I'm going to find the other stuff that's needed, like in here. Yeah. Right here, yeah. Also, if you copy and paste too fast, the dev kit will crash. So that's something to keep in mind. And then there's only a few more things to do left. Only a few more things left to do, I should say. So in here, I'm going to put those in. And then within here, I'm going to press plus. And I'm only going to take the overworld. setting from here. So within here, it's going to be called Overworld. I'm going to put these in here, and that's stuff inside of Overworld. The other stuff is just caves and boss arenas, which haven't been done yet, and I don't really use them either, so just, well, I do use them, but I don't use any submaps or data layers for them, I'm pretty sure. Then in here, the global material param overrides. This part will be a bit interesting, to say the least. So there's this. So now I'm going to have to go over to here. Now the assets, I'm pretty sure in here I have these put in. Yeah. So rock right here. Soil right here. Flora right here. Although this is a bit light. Nope. It's just going to be like that all the time, I guess. Unless I just... Yeah, just do a little adjustment like that from this, I guess. Just do little adjustments if you want. I'm just doing this since these aren't exactly how they were envisioned. So I'm just almost done with this. And there. That should be fun, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to close this too. Now, you'll see sand is missing from here, so that's going to be done a little after. So right here, there's the landscape biomap. There's the LD biome tuto map, which was made right here. You're going to want to put that in. Then there's the fog heights. This is if you're using the Ragnarok lighting system, which we're not, so just leave the Ragnarok one in for now since it's not going to affect us. At least I'm pretty sure. Then there's the Ragnarok flow map. I'm going to put the extinction flow map in the ext flow map, which is somewhere here. I think it, no, I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. There. That seems about right, I guess. Then there's the water biome map, so I'm going to search the water biome. And Tuto map has one made already, so it's right there. Bad GDF, I have no clue what it is, so I'm just going to leave that there. Then there's all of these, which I'll leave these alone for now. This, we're going to have to change. These two are if you're using the Ragnarok lighting system. These two are for the Ragnarok landscape material if you use it, or the other new landscape materials. Island doesn't really get affected by it, I'm pretty sure. So this right here is what will be changed in a jiffy. But one thing that's missing here is one texture parameter. So in here I'm gonna press the plus, then scroll back down. This is gonna be called Landscape American Color. So spelled in the American way since that's how the devs labeled it. And then sand. You're gonna want to put your sand world map in there. Save. and I'm pretty sure that's it for the thing. Yeah, that's it for the world settings for now. So before doing the SEQ and closing the dev kit, I'm gonna create a landscape. And actually, there's one thing I missed in world settings, which is this right here. You're gonna want to put starting cam. Oh yeah, I'm in landscape mode. I have to get out of there to do that. So starting cam. And that should do it. So now world settings is finished in here for now. So now we're going to import the landscape, since I'm going to do that in this tutorial, since this involves the world settings a bit. Actually, no. I'll save that for the next tutorial. So, yeah. If you enable... Actually, no. Yeah. So enable the clouds right here. Since you're using island, you're going to have to modify this a bit so it's not like the island. So, if I click on UES Island here, you'll see I have this folder made already for it. So what I'm going to do is go here, here, and then here. And I'm going to take all of these. I think I'm going to open this one quickly just to make sure, since I know I have to copy that one. MK3, okay. So this, 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 and this. Copy all these. So in here, I'm going to copy these over to the clouds weather folder I've made. And then this right here, I'm going to take this and then copy this to that same folder too. So now I'm going to select all of these, and I'm going to do batch rename. And I'm going to do add suffix, and I'm going to do underscore tuto map, since this is the tuto map stuff. There. Now this one I'm going to quickly check for this, yeah. So now I'm going to open this one, and I'm going to take this. And copy it here, I'm pretty sure, just to make sure. I'm going to go reference viewer here and see where it leads to. Oh yeah, definitely have to copy that material, so yeah. So in here, I'm going to go back to here, so now it's here. I'm just going to do underscore tuto map for the renaming. So now in these two, I'm going to reparent them. So volume, I'll just search tuto map. And then I want the volumetric clouds tuto map for this one. Save. Now close this one. Now this one, I'm going to take this, and then light fog MK3 tuto map. Save this. Now all these materials I'm going to open up and edit. When they load, I'm going to be replacing some textures inside them. I'm pretty sure just textures. So right here, this is the volumetric clouds two-tone map. So somewhere in here has certain textures that need changing, like this. So right here, this one is what I want to take. This right here, I'm gonna take this one. And then, not there. This one, I'm gonna take this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this one. And that's it for this material. Yeah, that's it for that material. So now I'm gonna close that one. This is the MK Height Fog MK3. It's right here. This is the fog map. Then, not there. No, that's that. This is the biomap, yeah. So apply that. And now I'm gonna look for that other texture unless it's not in here. Not there. Okay, it's not in that material. It's not in this material. Save this, apply and save. Then this is the cloud profile. I don't have anything to change in here for now, unless I plan on doing some extra stuff in here, which I don't just yet. And then right here is cloud map emissions. This right here, I'm not going to change anything just yet, although, yeah, no, I'm not going to change anything in here just yet, though this is where you get the obelisk location. So red obelisk location, you're going to want to take the obelisk location that you have on your map. R is X, G is Y, and then B is Z. So X, Y, Z, you're going to take those locations individually, paste them into each of these to their locations. I haven't done anything like that just yet, so I don't need to yet. So just plan to save for now. Then right in here, I'm going to take this. This is the biomap. And I'm gonna, yeah, I already have this selected, so I'm going to apply that there. This right here is the fog map right here. Yep. Now, in here, this is another blue obelisk location primer you'll have to do. And then right here is the fog map right there. So right here, I'm going to press Alt to click, and then I'm going to drag this again. Now I'm also going to do this and this, and that should work like this. Yeah. This is more obelisk location stuff you'll have to do. So you're going to have to do that too eventually. I'll go back to this once I move stuff again. And that should be it for this material. Just to make sure, I'm going to look through here. Yep, this seems about right. Let's now apply and save. So in here, I'm going to drag this to here, profile to here, emissive to here, and then cloud material to here, the material instance one. And now this one, you wonder what you have to do for this. You have to go through these, find your height fog in here. You'll see that there's a volumetric fog cube inside. This material for it. You're going to want to put this one in there. Now that's set up for that. Once I make the landscape, I'm going to do some more work with this so that it gets set up correctly. But you can see the location stuff is kind of moved with the clouds. Just a little bit though. So if I go over here, do this and this, or this again, it should appear different, I think. I know I have the fog material, so it's gonna look different anyways. So just add these back, I guess. So yeah, there's that. So now save all, and now it's time to close the second dev kit. I'm just first gonna move it over here so it doesn't, darn, not, yes, here. I'm gonna move it over here so it doesn't mess up when I open it next. So now that one's closed. Now I go back here after this closes. There. So now this one's closed. I can go here. And now within here, hmm, replace with selected. There. Right click, replace that one with selected, I guess. This one, right click on that one, assign actor, replace with selected. Now time should work. Don't copy the SEQ ever. I don't recommend it since I'm pretty sure that's what messes up the time of day. But yeah, there's that setup. Now I'm pretty sure if I search Aurora, let's see. Strange why it's not working. Maybe it just works in game. Yeah, it'll probably show in game, but yeah. I think that's good for now. So I'm gonna save all. Yeah, one more thing. Actually, no, I can wait for the next tutorial. Probably, I think. But yeah, that should be it for this tutorial. Hope this helps, and see you in the next tutorial on landscape and that one setting in world settings. See ya.